Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sabres to the Future. This is the video on this channel, if you're new, that discusses and talks about prospects that have yet to don the Sabres jersey that we think might one day. So we're going to take a look tonight, guys, at Erik Portillo. We're going to talk a little bit about him, and we will go right into his resume. Okay. So let's take a look at this, guys, and talk about it, because this is this a future piece on the Buffalo Sabres or not? We keep hearing no, but you just never know what the future holds, right? Levi could hold out. This could be the guy. I was saying it years ago before Levi even came into the picture. So let's take a look. Now we'll look at his Michigan numbers. You see the first year he had 7 games played, a .935 save percentage, a 1.67 goals against average. Then the next year, last year, with the big team, with all the studs in that team, he had a 214 goals against, a .926 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. This year so far, in 17 games, he is 2.77 goals against and a .909 save percentage. Now we're going to break that down a bit. Give me 1 second, I'll get that up for you guys. All right, let's take a look at it. This is the game-to-game report on this guy. And it really is something we have to look at, because if we're going to be, I put it this way, guys, I don't want to run into another UPL situation where we're waiting forever for the goalie to develop. I just don't. So if you look at the back-to-backs, okay, we'll take a look at them. With Lindenwood, he won 7-4, 3-1, but he let in 4 goals, and he let in 1 the next game, which is really good, the night after, right? So it's really good. He bounced back good. Again, Boston U, he won 9-2, pretty easy not to let in goals when your team's scoring 9, though. And then he lost 3-2. So that's good. I mean, I know it's a loss, but it's good. It's a good loss. You lost 3-2. You didn't lose 6-2. Then against Lake Superior, 5-2, 5-1 victories. Again, pretty easy wins. You know, there's not much pressure. I like to check, how does he react under pressure in a tight games? This is what I look for. And this is what happens here against Western. Western Michigan, he wins 5-4, but he let in 4 goals, and he only had 31 saves. So that's it. That's an iffy win, in my opinion, guys. And we go down, Western Michigan, at Western Michigan, 6-5 this time. He let in 5 goals. So he let in a lot of goals in those back-to-backs right there. Now against Notre Dame, 5-1 win. Again, another tight loss, 3-2. Concerning for me when I see tight losses. Then against Mini, 5-2, 6-3 losses. Harvard was just the 1 game, 4-1. And then Wisconsin back-to-back, a 6-3 loss, then a 4-2 win. And again, here we go. Against Michigan State, loses 2-1, wins 2-1. But the bottom line, guys, is this. 2.78 goals against, .909 save percentage. He's 11-6 this year. And a very, very telltale 0 shutouts. Is he a future Sabre? I don't know. I just don't know. If you were to ask me, I think we're going to move this guy. I think, but I could be dead wrong, guys. There's no way to know for sure. This guy could come into the NHL and go crazy. There's no way to know. With young guys, you just never know. If you, and I won't show you the clip, I'll just look at it a sec. He's 6'6", which you guys know I like. I like that. 224. He's a 3rd round pick. That doesn't really mean anything in the NHL. A high 3rd round pick. But, his numbers have steadily got worse in Michigan, but the team has gotten, lost their studs too, let's be honest here. So that means nothing. But here's the thing that stood out for me, guys, okay, that really stands out for me. Since 2017, 2018, he had 1 shutout, okay, in the USHL. He had 1 shutout in 27 games. He had 3 shutouts in 42 games last year, and that's it when it comes to shutouts. I look for shutouts when I look at the guys far below the NHL ranks. I look to see what their numbers look like that way. So will Erik Portillo be a Sabre? Is really the question. You know, put it this way, folks, I'd like to see him get a shot. I would like us to sign this guy to an entry level and throw him in. Throw him in. Enough with this development thing that we have to always put him in for a few games and see. Look, I mean, we've been waiting forever for UPL to develop, and it seems always like it's the same story with him. Inconsistent, but so far so good with the injuries. So far so good with the injuries. We need UPL to stay healthy this year, just so we know he's not injury prone. We need him to stay healthy this year, because if he gets injured again, I don't care what the reason is, this injuries follow him, and I don't like that in a goaltender. Goodness, we had the greatest goalie that ever lived, and this guy's groin would like give out on him on a regular basis, but he still had a Hall of Fame career, and he found a way to do it. You know? So this guy here, so far, so good when it comes to injuries from what I know about him. And his numbers say good. They don't scream great. They just don't. And there's no reason for me to think that this guy's going to just take over Devin Levi when it comes to the future of this team. There's no reason for me to think that. But I could be dead wrong. This guy could come into the NHL and star. There's just no way to know till we see him in the NHL, right? I mean, but looking at his numbers, are they good? Yes, they're good. The numbers are good. Are they great? No, they're not great. And what's alarming for me, guys, is the lack of shutouts. That for me is alarming. It just is. Like, he doesn't have a shutout this year, you know? And another thing, when I showed you in that clip of those games, I should have pointed out when I was talking, okay, is, hold on, let me get back to that for a second. Yeah, when I was looking at these games, what really stood out for me, guys, look at the save percentages. 909, 904, 902, 902, 908, 900, 905. It's not good enough. 909, 910. We got a 910 finally. 905, 909, 914, 906, 900, 894, 868, 810. These numbers for me are alarming more than they are impressive. You know, you got 2 games this year that he's had over a 910 save percentage. So I'm not too sure how they got 909, how they calculated 909 as a save percentage. I really don't know how they did that. There must be something I'm missing here. But anyway, look, his numbers say he's 909 save percentage. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. I prefer to see 930, 925 in that ballpark when they're down, especially in college. It's just how I feel, guys. Is he a future Sabre? That's the question. You know, there's no way to know. There's just absolutely no way to know at this point. I think management might move this guy, you know, eventually. And Johnson as well. I think these guys are movable pieces when it comes to us obtaining something that we need right now on this team. Because, and I'm not saying that this guy has any attitude whatsoever, nothing like that. But when you've got riches, when it comes to a guy like Devin Levi in the system, and UPL knocking on the door of the NHL, I don't know where he fits in, you know. But look, I will always say this: you can never have enough centermen, and you can never have enough goaltending. Okay, that's for sure. Especially big goalies, 6'6". So we'll see. In the future, this guy just might come right into the NHL and say, I'm here, and I'm here to stay. And he just might come and be here to stay and be really impressive. So, you know, but when I look at his numbers this year, I'm disappointed. That's all I see is and it's not a dig at this guy because I want Devin Levi, because obviously I want to see Devin Levi in a Sabres jersey sooner than later. But, you know, I also like the idea of this guy 6'6", and what he looked like in the prospect camp too was good. So, you know, the prospect challenge. I mean, this guy is a question mark. I guess I'll leave it for you guys to discuss. He's a question mark in my head, guys. It's just, I don't know if this is a sure thing. I don't know if this is a future Hall of Famer. I just don't know. So hopefully, guys, we'll find out a bit more. I got videos to make. I got to get on them. See you guys in the next one.